Hopefully that should be good. So you should have a seal on this side. Okay, and then we should have another seal on this side. We're going to reuse it because they didn't give us one for the sprocket. I'm not sure. I think you could probably interchange the seals. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit first. Probably just clean out the front. That's where all the dirt and stuff is. Clean the inside part also here. Okay, just make sure it's not too damaged. You don't want any. What this does is it protects the bearing from getting any kind of dirt or dust, water, grit, you know, that kind of stuff in there. Okay, so we're gonna go push this guy into here. Okay, pretty easy. You just use your thumb and just drive it in there. I hope that's the right. I hope that's the right one. I mean, it went in there fine. Okay. And then, because this one is flush. I wonder if there's a difference in size. That's a good question. I should have taken it out before. So, this is the other one. They look like they're exactly the same. So. I think. But I think the small spacer, okay, small spacer goes on the pulley side, okay? I don't think it matters which way it goes. And then the long spacer goes on the sprocket side, okay? Should create a good seal, okay? And obviously, yeah, if this one has to clear the bolts here, okay? So if it does not clear the bolts, switch them. Actually, okay, I'll do a demonstration for you guys. So this is the big one, okay? The big one goes on the small pulley. It's kind of dummy proof, okay? We're going to put the small one on here. It fits, however, it fits in there too much. It doesn't clear this, so if you try to put this back in, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, okay? Because these are gonna hit something before that. Okay, so definitely the small side goes on the pulley. Okay, like I said, it's dummy proof. You could interchange them, but it needs to clear the bolts. Okay, well, that's why this one is longer. Okay, I'm gonna put this guy back in. Okay. What I might do is I'll put some Loctite on that. Not Loctite. Put some grease on that real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna put a light coat of grease. Okay. On the lip of this here. Just on the part that, you know, that goes inside the bearing, and that actually helps it seal better, okay? It's probably just gonna push it all out anyways. And it helps keep the spacers in there, because these like to pop out when thing, okay? When you put them back in, when you try to put the jack shaft back in. So it'd probably be a good idea to put a lot of grease on there. Okay. Put it back on. Should be good. All right. So that is the completed final assembly of the new jack shaft. You can buy the full set, okay? I think they sell the full thing if with a new sprocket and pulley on it, but I chose to go the route just change the jack shaft, okay? And the jack shaft comes with the new bearing, so the bearing is what was bad on mine, okay? And then what you might want to do is just kind of put the axle back in it, okay? It's such a tight fit. I think there's something wrong with maybe my axle's messed up. Yeah, my axle might be bent because it's hard to get in certain spots. Yeah, I think it's bent. I may have to buy a new one, guys. That's not good. See how much effort it's taking me to push that in and out? Yeah, I think it's bent. Yeah, I should probably buy a new one. Okay, well anyway, I'll put it back in now, and then what I can do is buy a new one, and then we'll just swap it later. I think it'll be fine for now, but yeah, I think my swing arm axle is bent. it's not going in smoothly, dude. So that may be the problem also. The axle is bent, okay? I didn't realize that. Holy crap. So you see, oh man. Okay, well maybe that may have contributed to the damaging the bearing, okay? That the axle is bent a little bit, okay? But for now, I think that'll be okay. I have to remember in the future, I have to buy a new swing arm axle, okay? I guess that could get, I guess it could get bent too. It's a lot of forces being put on that swing arm, okay? So, yeah, it doesn't look like it's straight anymore. One thing we could do is get a straight edge. I checked with the straight edge. I got this metal ruler here, and you can't see it, but the best thing to do is to hold it up to a light, and if you see like a lot of light pass through it, I can see through it right now. I'm telling you right now. Okay, and you might want to rotate it a couple times and do it. Check it, but it's definitely not flat. Okay, so the axle's bent too, man. So all those freaking hard jumps and stuff Hazemeg has been doing, yeah, it takes its toll on this, man. So there you go. There's some of the weaknesses of the Sauron, man. It's got this freaking weak ass swing arm axle. Okay, so yeah, this should be replaced too. Okay, but I'm not gonna replace it right now. Maybe in the it should be pretty easy to replace it. You just take it out and put the new one in. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna order a new one, and then we'll swap it out, and then we'll see how easy it is to swap it out, you know, if you just need to change this, okay? It shouldn't be hard if you keep everything all aligned, okay? All right, so what we're going to do is, what we were supposed to do was to put this thing on the here, okay? See, it's not going in smoothly. It's not good. Could be, maybe, it could be the jack shaft is not machined properly. Okay? But it sounds smooth, okay? What you might want to do is exert some pressure. Okay. But okay, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and install this whole assembly back in. Hopefully it's okay. I didn't know I should have replaced this, so we got to order another one. And it's just a lot of stuff breaking on Hazemeg's bike. All right, so we go install it. Hazemeg out. Okay, Hazemeg here. I got it kind of back together again. I got it to the point where we can spin it with the motor on. Okay, I still don't have the linkage installed, and the wheel isn't installed. I took the foot pegs out, so if you're having trouble getting the jack shaft in there, just take the freaking foot pegs out. It's only like two bolts. I actually took both of them out, the left and the right one. Just that this part gets in the way, man. This thing, the pivot for the spring gets in the way, so I took it out and it made it a lot easier. What else? Yeah, this one in there pretty easily. I had to tap it in the rest of the way, but it got through just fine. I tightened the belt. I hope I didn't tighten it too tight. It was kind of, yeah, I think it'll be fine. Hopefully. Okay, so I'm gonna fire it up. It's been a while since I've fired up the light bee. I'm gonna give it some throttle, and hopefully it'll be not making some clanking sounds. Yeah. All right, money. There we go. That's what a Sauron's supposed to sound like without the, without all the secondary drivetrain in there. Okay, so it looks like Hades Omega has fixed the problem. It was the jackshaft. It was the jackshaft bearing. Okay, so Hades Omega is going to put the bike back together, and then what I might do is I might put a little grease on the swing arm on these two. What is this? Swing arm linkage for the swing arm linkage bolts. There's little bearings in there. I'm going to put a little bit of grease in there. There was grease in there, but I'll put a little bit more. And then I'm going to put the whole bike back together, clean up, and then hopefully we can go for a ride tomorrow. But tonight, Hades Omega has to get back to work, so I got to go make some money. So unfortunately, we can't go make money on this. Tomorrow, I will attempt to, okay? So, yeah, so I'll try to get it done tonight, and then tomorrow we'll take it for a ride, and then that'll be it. And then I'll have a separate video when I dissect this guy, and then we take a look at the bearing more closely, and then we'll see what the guts are inside there. But I'm pretty sure it's 2 bearings and a spacer. That's it. Okay, and then obviously the seal. So what I got left is the seal. Okay, and that's pretty much it, just the seal. Okay, and then hopefully when I pop those bearings out, we can probably take them to a shop or something, and they can find some bearings for us. But it was 6000-2RS is what was the bearing there. Okay, so maybe we can get some like a German bearing, like or a Japanese bearing or something, some fancy kind of bearing, so that lasts longer. And I would suggest, I think when I get the chance, I'm gonna go buy, if I ever see them in stock, because you can get them at eBikeZilla. They sell the bearings for the swing arms also. So I think those are different than the ones that are on here, the jack shafts. So, but they do sell them, and they're like $5, so it's real cheap. So it'd be good to have some spare ones. But I think the swing arm bushings are fine. We did find out that the swing arm axle is I think it's a little bent. So I don't know. I guess that's okay. It's a little bit bent. It's not a whole lot bent, so I guess it's okay for now. But what I might want to do the next time I order parts from eBikeZilla or Lunicycle and they have it in stock, get the swing arm axle, okay? And I probably should have replaced this with this freaking doggone swing arm nut. I should have replaced it with a what's the word? A locking nut, a regular locking nut. Okay, this thing's just a real pain in the ass. My homemade tool that I made, it was able to do it one more time. There it is. Okay, it's 26 foot-pounds if you guys are wondering. So that's the homemade tool that I made. I made a video on how I made it. Okay, so you got some old, like a 3/4. I think I used like a 3/4 socket to make that. Okay, so yeah. All right, new fresh jack shaft, fresh bearings. Looks like hopefully this will last a long time. Okay, I think would have contributed to what damaged the jack shaft bearing is over tightening the pulley. So don't over tighten the pulley, I guess. You gotta make sure it deflects a little bit. Yeah, if you guys are wondering how much tension I got on it, let me make sure I turn the bike off so Hades Omega doesn't wind up with hamburger hands. You want to be able to push this up in here, and it deflects like a 1/4 inch. So I think I have it like too tight. What I might want to do is loosen it a little bit, but yeah, it's like super tight right now. It's like not really going anywhere. Okay. So maybe you don't want it too tight. Okay. Maybe like when it gets to like this tight, where it like hardly moves at all, go back off one. Okay, it's okay if it's a little bit loose, but if it's like super loose, then that's when it's bad. So, okay, so what I'm probably gonna do next is put the foot pegs back on, and then grease up these linkages, and then yeah. So just put the bike back together. Okay, and then take it for a ride. I got a race next week, and I haven't taken this thing dirt biking for a while, so we've got to test it on in the dirt. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm going to go with the 48 tooth sprocket because I'm not really too sure about the 60 tooth with the BAC 4000. Okay. Oh yeah, and we still need to get this thing on a trailer and check the clearance for the fender and the heatsink. I modified in a separate video. I modified the mount, the Synergy heatsink mount to be like pushed further into the bike. Okay, so it would have more clearance with my fender. Okay, so all right, mission successful. Suron is not broken anymore, so that's good. So that's pretty much the end of part 3, and part 4 we'll take it for a test ride. We'll take it for a test ride, and then we'll go start taking this jack shaft apart. Okay. I'll just get a couple clips of me riding. Oh hey, it's quiet now, and then we'll be all good. Okay. All right. Here's my go. Time to get to work. Alright, Hayes Mega here. It's later tonight, and look at that. The bike is back together again, alright? So, yeah, it wasn't too bad putting it back together. No problems. Okay, so we're going to just go fire it up real quick. Finally got everything on there, and hopefully it'll be silent when I give it throttle. All right, it's good, perfect. I know I'm trying not to blip it too much because I just put this stuff on here, the RTV goop on there, and I'm waiting for it to settle first. I don't want it to fling off. Okay, so tomorrow I'll be riding this for DoorDash. We'll be doing the DoorDash on this finally again. I've been doing that on my Impulse, and my Impulse needs new tires, so needs new tires badly. So look forward to a burnout video for this bike. Okay. Yeah, I know. One of these days I want to do a burnout with the Light B, so it's pretty easy to do. But yeah, so tomorrow I'll be using this for DoorDash to test it to see if it's fine. Okay, but I'm pretty sure it's fine. It doesn't make the noise anymore. Okay, so we'll go dissect this in a later video. Okay, whenever I get a chance to get to it. But what was left is the old jack shaft, cleaned up pretty nicely. So I got a spare one now. I wonder what I can do with it. I know, right? If I can get another motor. Hayes Omega has always wanted an electric quad, okay? I think an electric quad would be awesome. Okay, but anyway. Yeah. And then I got one of the seals still left. Okay, so this looks like it's still in okay shape, I think. Okay, and then we'll take the bearings out of this and we'll try to replace it. I don't think it'll be too difficult. I have a 20-ton press hiding back there, so it should be pretty easy with that guy. Okay, so yeah, Light B is fully operational again. Yeah. So tomorrow I'll be taking it for a test ride, and then I'll be getting it ready to go dirt biking because we got a hare scramble race next, like back-to-back hare scrambles. Like 1 week is a hare scramble, then another weekend is another hare scramble. And I have not raced this in any dirt races since like last year with the Coyote Creek Enduro, and that was before I got the BAC controller and the Lightspeed battery. Hopefully I'll be getting my new Lightspeed battery soon, so check that out, guys. But yeah, everything looks like it's good to go. Hayes Omega is going to take it out for a DoorDash tomorrow, and we'll see how it runs. I'm pretty sure it'll be fine, and then we'll start getting it ready for the races, okay? So look forward to that. All right, Hayes Omega out. So this is the final So I Broke My Sauron vlog. I think this is part 3. Yeah, part 3. Part 4 will just be me kind of riding around or telling you, hey, this the bike is good. Or maybe I'll just add it to the end of this clip. All right, it's Big Out. All right, hey, it's Mickey here. It's the next day after I fixed the light bee, and it seems to be running fine. No clankety sounds, nothing weird. So I'm headed to the post office to hand out my elections are coming up, and I'm doing the vote by mail deal here. So we're gonna go to the post office, and then I'm gonna drop my ballot off inside the post office, and then should be good. And then I'm gonna start my work for DoorDash. But it looks like the bike is running good. Take it up to maybe 40 miles an hour. Oh, it's fast and smooth, that's for sure, dude. Okay, go easy on that regen. We still have a fully charged battery, so. Wow. The power of the light bee. I'm telling you, the power and how light this machine is, it is a freaking hoot to ride, I'll tell you that. Power to weight ratio, that's what it's all about, right? And this has got plenty of that. One thing I kind of wish is that the light bee had at least a second gear, If it had a second gear, it would be better at higher speeds, But, honestly, the bike really wasn't designed to to go faster than 50 miles an hour, man. That's what I'm gonna say. So, and you can definitely feel it on the freeway. It's really sketchy. But yeah, looks like the bike is running good. It's not making any clankety sounds like the last time. So we will resume our adventure ride, my charge adventure ride. We're gonna go do another one, okay? The last one we couldn't do it because the bike broke. So kind of broke. It was making that awful noise, and it just got worse and worse and worse. So hopefully this bearing lasts a while. That's what I want to say. The last ones were about, I don't know, maybe they were about, I would say I had 4,000-ish miles on it, 4,000, 5,000 miles. I did buy my bike used, okay, it had just under 2,000 miles on it, I think, when I bought it, so I think I got about 5,000-ish miles out of those bearings. So. It rides very smooth now, very smooth, wow. So definitely, if you hear some strange noises in your drivetrain, it could be your bearings are starting to go out, okay? In my case, it was the jackshaft bearings. At some point, I'm probably going to want to replace the, man, there's so many bolts and stuff on the bike lane. At some point, I'm going to want to replace the, what's the word, the swing arm bearings. So there are 4 bearings in the swing arm, and at some point I'm going to want to replace those, okay? But I'll be keeping the camera on until we get to the post office. It's literally just right down the street from here. We're just doing speeds of 25 miles an hour. Sounds like a Suron is supposed to sound like, okay? So I was playing around with the belt tension. I loosened it a little bit. I like 1 notch from super tight. So before I just used to crank it up until it's super tight, and there's almost no play in it. Okay, so definitely the belt is something you're gonna want to keep an eye on, But that's what I believe may have contributed to damaging that bearing was the belt being too tight. So I had just replaced the belt, and I remember I made it really tight because I didn't want it coming loose, The belt could be a little bit loose. It's not a big deal, man. It doesn't have to be super duper tight. Where that's the reason why they have belt deflection specifications and stuff. The belt has to be you don't want the belt too tight. You don't want the belt too loose. It'd be nice if they had a tensionometer or something. I don't know. They don't really, actually, they don't even really provide a spec for the primary drive belt, by the way. I don't know what the spec is on it, All I know is it's supposed to be pretty tight. It's not supposed to move much at all. So that's the dealio. All right, so here we are at the United States Postal Service here in San Jose. Hey, Zamika, hopefully can entrust the post office to my ballot. Okay. The post office always needs more money, you know. I think the postal service is a vital service to have, you know. I mean, not so many people are delivering letters and stuff nowadays, you know, but there's still a lot of people out, you know, people shipping small packages and stuff now. You know, you got Amazon and everything, so. And yeah, when Havens Mega was a mail carrier, this is like the worst time because freaking all the ballots and stuff. This is when all the election materials come out and everything, and it just, man, poor mail carriers just get swamped with requests. But there it is. Lightby made it, and it was quiet, you know. And I just I have my new mount right here. It's not very warm right now because we aren't riding really hard, but we'll probably get we should probably test that out. We should probably take it up on a hill climb. Anyway, you'll get to see Hayes Omega drop his ballot off, and then that'll be the end of the test ride video. And then Hades Omega's got to get to work and deliver some food to some people. It's not Hades Omega's not delivering mail nowadays, but he's delivering food. All right. I don't know. Is there like a ballot drop box? Let me see. No, not really. I'm just gonna put it in here, man. Okay. Just get a quick picture before I'll drop it in there. And then we'll be good. Da-da-da. Here we go. Oh, is it? It's in there, right? Yep. Sweet. I put it in and it kind of stopped. I was like, that's kind of weird. And I just shoved it in more of the way with my finger. I was like, oh, just make sure it's not stuck in there, you know. So what that is if you guys have never seen what the back of a post office looks like. Literally that little slot. Oh yeah, so it's time to start work. Okay, that little slot is to basically goes to like a mail tray or something. Kind of like, I thought I saw one around here. Yeah, there's like a little tray, and then the mail just, boop, it just falls into it, and then they put it in the mailings thing. So okay, so I'm not getting any latitude or longitude, but Hayes Omega is going to start work now. Okay, Hayes Omega out. Oh yeah, I want to get some videos of the bike regen. Regen's just fine. Okay. So definitely one of the things that's different than Hades Omega's Sauron Lightby is it regens much more powerful than the stock one. So that adds an extra bit of more strain in the other direction for the belt, you know. Here we go. Fantastic. Works great. I did, yeah, now that I think about it, I did subject those bearings to quite a bit of abuse, so. And Hades Vegas has a dirt bike race coming up in the next week or so. All right, Hades Vegas out.